Good morning. Hope y'all are enjoying the heat. Looks like we've got quite a bit more of it to come. Uh, this morning we're going to be talking about spreading the gospel. You know, it's in the Bible. It talks about we have the great, what we call the Great Commission, and it's in Matthew 28. It starts in verse 19. It says, "Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things that I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age." You know, in the Bible, we need to go and spread the gospel if we are Christians, and we need to want to bring others in. You know, we want to save other people. We want them to have the security that we have, and for them to know Jesus Christ the way we do. And a lot of folks kind of are not good at that, and I'm probably one of them. Uh, you know, it's hard to bring up stuff like that, and but have you ever thought about what the judgment day is going to be like? Uh, you know, I have often pictured myself standing in the line waiting to be judged, and somebody, you know, you're looking, and people's in front of you and people's in back of you, and you're looking, and you know, you see somebody that you know, and they holler at you, "Hey man, what's this? What's going on here? What are we doing here?" You know, and what who's that man up there judging everyone? And they keep asking you questions like this, you know, and they said, "Hey man, you know, is this Judgment Day? Is this am I going to be judged by Jesus?" And you know, did you know about this? Why didn't you tell me about this? Why didn't you spread the gospel to me? Why didn't you let me know that this was going to be like this? You know, and how bad is that going to be when we are standing there in line, and you know, these people are asking you what's going on, and you know, what if you're the only one around here that knows about what the judgment day actually is? You know, how bad are you going to feel about that? Because you didn't spread the gospel, you know, because you didn't let a friend of yours know, you know, what was going to happen. You know, we have a song sometimes that we sing, uh, and the name of it is "You Never Mention Him to Me." And I'm going to share that with you now. Uh, when in a better land, before the bar we stand, how deeply grieved our souls will be if any lost one there should cry in deep despair. You never mention him to me. Oh, let us spread the word where'er it may be heard. Help groping souls the light to see, that yonder none may say, "You showed me not the way." You never mentioned him to me. A few sweet words may guide a lost one to his side, or turn sad eyes on Calvary. So work as days go by, that yonder none may cry, "You never mentioned him to me." You never mentioned him to me, nor helped me the light to see. You met me day by day, and knew I was astray. You never mentioned him to me. The song reminds us that we are watchmen. Scripture charges us to take the good news about Jesus to others, to sow the seed. Now we know that not all the soil is fertile. The responsibility to respond to the gospel lies with the hearers, not with us. As Ezekiel continues, but if you warn that the wicked to turn from his way, and he does not turn from his way, that person shall die in his iniquity, but you have delivered your soul. That's Ezekiel 33, verse 9. Our charge is to be faithful, to plant and water, but to leave the growth to God. I heard a saying the other day, and it pretty much applies to this right here. When we're if we're thinking about talking to somebody about the gospel, and you're running it through your head, and you say, I don't know if they're going to take it or not. I don't know if they're going to want to be a Christian or not. That's not for us to decide. And the saying that I heard, it says, "Don't be afraid of failure, but be terrified of regret." Don't be afraid of failure. When we share the gospel with somebody, they may not take it, and that's that makes you feel like a failure because you didn't explain it to them good enough, or you didn't, tell them the right words, or whatever. You may think that was your fault, but don't be afraid of that failure, because if you didn't try, you failed anyway. Don't be afraid of that failure, but be terrified of regret. What if you're with that person and you have the opportunity to share the gospel with them, and you don't, and that person passes away before you see them again? How bad are you going to feel about that? That can be something that you'll have to live with for the rest of your life, and I don't want that on me. That's a terrible thing to have to live with. So if you have the opportunity to share that with someone, explain it to them best you can, and it's up to God. It's he's in charge of doing the growth with them. And that's going to be our job to be done. That you shared the gospel, and the rest is up to God. So if you get a chance to do that, and we're instructed to do that, that's one of the jobs that we have to do. And it's like being a member of an exclusive club. You let other people in, and say, hey, come on in here. Everybody can attend, and they need to know it. You don't want those folks to be to not to go to heaven. And so do what you can, and share the gospel with folks. And this is going to be your challenge for the week. See if you can share the gospel with at least one person. If you can do that, that'll get you started, and you maybe can get on down the road and start sharing it with others. Thank you very much for listening. This is the end of my lesson for today. Thank you so much. Goodbye.